How do you set up the rear shocks on your Harley Davidson Sportster? Let's talk about that. Let's get cracking. This is going to be a very short tutorial on how to set up your shocks for Evo versions of the Sportsters, for which there's 10 jillion of them made. Just a couple off the top of my head: the Iron 883, the Roadster, like as in my bike, the 48, the Super-Low, the Custom, the Nightster. Pretty much all the Evo Sportsters all use 3 to 4 different kinds of shocks, and they all are set up the same way, and I'm going to walk you through how to do that. Only takes about 10 minutes, and it's super easy to do. Now, this same information is available in your owner's manual that hardly anybody reads. Under the category of before riding is where you want to look in your manual. It's kind of tough to find. You have to kind of fish around in your manual to find this information. I'll post screenshots for mine, which is a 2019, and show you the scales of how you get the information. It hasn't changed in a very long time, so this information should be good for your Sportster. There's basically 3 different types of lengths of shocks, and they have the low, they have the medium, and then they have the tall. The CX, or the Roadster variant, has the tallest of all the shocks. And what you need to do is just get any ruler or tape measure and measure from the center of the bolt to the center of the bolt and get a rough measurement. In this case, it's roughly 13 1/3 inches. Now, how you can tell which shock you have on your bike: the low is 11.22 inches, the medium is 11.712 inches, and the tall is 13.36 inches. So, like I said, roughly 13 1/3, so this is the tall. Next, we have to identify the dot preload, and what I mean by that is there's a measurement device on your shock absorber right here, and as you lower and compress the spring, it will reveal more dots. And we'll take a look at the charts and see, based on my weight and my gear weight, what setting should I have for my bike. Now, the CX is an unusual bike, or the Roadster is an unusual bike, so they have their own category. Now, my weight is 205 pounds US, which equates out to 93 kilograms for the rest of the world. So I would be in the fat category, the heaviest of all the categories. My weight is between 199 and 235. Now, how do you determine which column you use is based on your weight of your cargo and your passenger you're carrying. Now, I've highly modified this bike, so I don't have a passenger seat, so I don't have to account for riding with a passenger. But your cargo would be your gear, your helmet, your jacket, and I always carry a backpack with the essentials that I have when I'm on the road. So in my particular case, I'm only going to carry about 25 pounds as I'm running down the road, which is about 11.3 kilograms. So we go to the column with adding 25, that's the second column over, and my preload should be 5 dots. So let's adjust it to 5 dots. Now, this is the stock seat that came off the Harley Roadster. And you have a thumb screw or a screw that you remove off the back to pop it off and remove it. Up underneath your Sportster seat should be a spanner wrench. And the spanner wrench is located right here. And basically you just pop that out, lift up this tab and pop it out. And boom. There, that's all you need to adjust your shock absorbers. Now, the first thing you got to do is loosen this top ring right here. And on your hook here, we need to turn this top one counterclockwise to loosen it. And we're going to put it in there and move this ring. Now, these could be a stubborn devil to get to loosen up. So just get a rubber mallet or a dead weight mallet and loosen her up. And make sure your threads are nice and clean so you don't damage those threads. It doesn't have any road debris or tar in there. And loosen that up. Now we're going to take our wrench and just crank her down. Now we're going to check to see where we're at. Okay, that's about 3 dots. We got 2 more to go. So after we get it adjusted down, let's check and make sure, and you can see we're showing 5 dots. Now the dot is here where you want the top ring to be at, is smack dab in the center of the dot, if that makes sense. We're looking really good there. From there, we just tighten her up, and we're going to take the top ring and just crank it down clockwise. A few light taps with a rubber mallet just to secure it. Now it is critical you get both sides the exact same. And if we've done this correctly, it should improve. I would argue this would add the best ride comfort you would have on your bike if you set it up properly. It amazes me the number of people, the first words out of their mouth is, Harley Davidson suspension is terrible. I need to go buy some 𝕒𝕤s or Legend shocks or whatever, and they waste a lot of money when their bike was never set up properly to begin with for their riding and the amount of weight that they're riding on. You do this simple task, it takes 10 minutes, it'll improve your ride 100%, I guarantee it. Be sure to tuck back your wrench into the seat compartment where it was stored previously, and make sure it clicks into place so it doesn't dislodge going down the road. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend for the United States, and I would like to take a brief moment to say Memorial Day is a time for Americans to reflect on the contributions of those 1 million who made the ultimate sacrifice for us. Because of the courage of these veterans, we enjoy this opportunity and freedoms today. Memorial Day is not to be confused with Veterans Day. Memorial Day is a day of remembering the men and women who died while serving, while Veterans Day celebrates the service of all U.S. veterans. Try to take a brief moment to reflect upon the sacrifice for those who cannot. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. There's my ghost dog Bourbon. He's here to remind me to wrap things up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner. And remember, folks, go riding because it's good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.